And welcome back for part 2 of 4 of Week 7's Destiny Horizon. And when our camera pans down, we are back on the Paradise Planet. And Tun Po, your taxi is hovering above the space station. And you're just like sitting there with your mouth agape as this guy is like, and then after the 30th anniversary of the building of this spaceport, they opened it up to the public. The Trade Federation demilitarized the entire planet, and now we can all experience its splendors together. And he picks up his pint and takes a drink out of it. Shall we land? They're like,
yes.
Oh, and they're all snapping pictures with their data pads off the side of the ship.
It's even cooler up close.
So it lands, and it does not take you long, being a smuggler, Tun Po, to see a Githrock 720 C-class freighter from your universe sitting in the middle of the hangar.
He pulls like a Starsky and Hutch out of his seat across and out. He's just...
As you do it, the guy tries to grab you, and he's like, wait, we have exits. No one else do that. And you see the little girl try it, and she slips and falls off the taxi, and then starts crying. And he just rolls his eyes, and he goes out to help her. And the mom's like, oh my god, you guys need to make this thing safer. Seatbelts would be nice. And he's just rolling his eyes, getting a verbal beatdown from the mother. But Tun Po, you are free.
Run! Right. So I know exactly where I'm going. I don't have to, at least I assume.
Yeah, you do.
So I head straight towards that one.
And as you head towards you see on the top, there is a man who's pulling out a credit chip and handing it over to this scruff-looking mechanic guy.
I imagine just for sake of just his own sort of style, I guess, or he kind of pulls his hood back up a little bit, kind of cover his ears a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a general masking of who he is.
And I don't think that's odd at all.
People.
Since this is a tropical paradise, there's a lot of mosquitoes, so people have hoods that have like mosquito netting built in, so that at night you can zip it up and walk around completely protected from the bugs and potential diseases that you may not be acclimated to. So it's not, nobody's looking at you like, oh, there's a suspicious guy wearing a hoodie. You know, it's nothing like that. Do you approach the vessel?
Yes, but not directly.
Okay.
Kind of.
Well, would you like to roll stealth or a skullduggery or a streetwise to try to blend in?
Yeah.
Which one would you like to roll?
Maybe with a skullduggery to kind of feign interest in something close to, but not exactly right next to that. Right.
Why don't you roll that against 2 purple? Because I don't think that they are keeping an eye out, but at this time they're not. You know, they're basking in the beauty of the planet as opposed to being paranoid.
Right.
Ooh. Oh, hang on.
Oh, damn.
That's not right. I think Papa
That's
James
definitely not right.
I think Papa James needs to reset the dice pool in his thing. Yes. Now re-roll it. And I will move the camera over so that people can see the rolling aspect of this. So go ahead and give us another
skullduggery.
Okay, 3 advantage, I'll let you trade in for a success. The 3 advantage is pretty significant. So I think you have no problem. Maybe Jebediah looks over and catches you out of the corner of his eye and then pays no mind. But there it is. The landing dock ramp is up. So you can't just walk in.
I'd like to try to see if I recognize any insignias, markings, maybe even if it had a number somewhere.
You actually do see the insignia of a star going supernova. But that's pretty much the only thing that is visible on this. And it's black.
do I feel like if I start to kind of make a circle around the area that it's parked in, that I can tell if it's has a particularly different sort of engine, the kind of engine I might expect?
Yes, actually, you notice it right off the bat. This is a heavily modified breach core. Experimental. It looks like it was done by somebody who had the smarts, but not the parts. That rhymed. High five to me. On your trip around, you do see that there is a loose panel by the front landing gear. A panel that was recently replaced. And it's through the maintenance. You can go up through the landing strut and get to the panel. And the only reason why you notice that it's loose is there's a little yellow blinking light notifying them that it's not completely secure.
I'm going to go up to it and secure it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you pull the latch out. Now, do you go in or do you just secure it?
I was thinking, like, I'm going to push it in, to reset it, because it's indicating that they don't know, hey, you need to fix this. And I set it back in place, because I know how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, you go...
And almost sort of maybe a conversation starter if I have done something to their ship and they noted.
Valery, could you roll a perception against 3 purple?
Sure. All right, where's... Okay.
I like how very much like Scooby-Doo this group is. We've got Coran and Valery, which is like Fred and Daphne, and Tun Po and Grakazza, which is like Shaggy and Scoob.
I got that.
Okay, let's see if this is right.
Hey, good job. I'm gonna say the threat is that you're kind of having your attention pulled in multiple different directions. I'm not gonna say make you take strain for this role, but you hear something coming from one of the bedrooms, and it goes shunk.
I go over to it. Bedroom. Does the door
close? You open the bedroom and the door opens, and it's that one room that I described that has nothing in it. Like the bed is missing and everything else has been removed from it.
Okay, I walk in.
Yeah, you walk
around.
Everything looks normal. If there's any Oh, you hear something coming from the floor plate. The floor plate that was open when you originally took the ship.
I'll call Valeria.
Yeah, Valeria walks up.
There's some noise coming from here. This was open, and now it's closed, and there's like a thumping. So I thought,
that's weird. This room was depressurized the entire time we were on it before. Huh. Well, shall we open it?
By all means. So I'll let her open it.
She motions for you to open it, and she pulls out her assault rifle.
Oh, okay. So I fling it open and step back.
Yeah, so Tun Po, you see the handle. You see the handle going cree, and it turns, and then and it starts to open inward. And as soon as it opens inward, you see an assault rifle barrel pointed right at you.
Oops.
No. And Valeria is looking very confused. And Valerie, probably you the most, because here's the Celestin.
Oh. Hello. Can we help you?
Why don't you describe Valerie for... Why don't you describe Valerie for Tun Po? Like, what does she look like right now? And what is her mannerisms?
Oh, well, she's...
Because he cannot see her picture.
Okay, she's about 5'6", 5'7". She's blonde, blue-eyed, rather chesty, and she's got a very friendly demeanor.
Offset by
she's
an assault rifle.
well, that's the other one.
Yeah,
who's
that
got
is
the
a
auto-
red Twi'lek.
That's
that is
Valerian.
standing right next to Valery.
Yeah, and that's Valeria. So, so she's kind of probably bent down and kind of, well, hello, can we help you? And she's probably just dressed in some. Well, let's see. Since it's in, I was figuring since this is a tropical climate, she went and put on one of her dig outfits that she would wear on a sort of warm and tropical place. So it's sort of like I was trying to figure out what it would be.
Like a light
it's like a white
blouse that has long sleeves.
No, actually, it's just a white onesie that's sleeveless and short with a pair of boots.
Very.
And when she leaves the ship, she's got a matching white cape. That's lightweight.
There you go.
Like that.
So kind of, it's almost a throwback to what Padme wore with remember when they were in the second movie?
Yeah.
When she's all in white fighting that stuff, except that was like too much clothes.
Let's do a little bit of a let's make it a little more sciencey. And let's say it has kind of a weird pattern to it, like Miranda from Mass Effect 2. I don't know if you know her uniform, but it's got like a hexagon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's very, it looks like silicone. So it's a very scientific looking outfit. Definitely made to protect you from the elements, if need be. Not just plain old fabric. So, Tun Po, that is what you see greeting you.
So, confronted by the barrel of a blaster rifle, he's gonna I basically just...
Well, it's just kind of big hair, so it's kind of tumbling out, too. So,
he kind of drops in a sort of oh, no, don't shoot. I just saw that
Valeria doesn't even wait. She pulls her rifle up, reaches down and grabs you, and pulls you up as best as she can into the ship, and then frantically shuts the compartment, latching it. She's trying to get us killed.
Trying to save your life.
You see that Valeria is wearing a black uniform with the insignia of Rebel Alliance Spec Ops.
I'm thinking I wouldn't necessarily recognize Spec Ops.
But you would recognize the Phoenix.
But
probably.
recognize the Phoenix.
Yeah.
He kind of looks around in this room that's empty here.
Yeah, you look around and at the door you see 6 curious, fully armored and fully loaded commandos poking their heads in.
Welcome aboard the Star's End.
Obviously, I closed the wrong door.
They do not look amused.
What were you doing?
Okay, so... I'm here with a team, and we detected that somebody arrived using a particular kind of device, and I came to try to figure out who that was, and obviously there are none of these ships here normally. The Gatrox are not from around here.
Shit.
I've flown one myself.
I knew it was too obvious.
Who said that?
Valeria.
Hold on. Before you shoot him, let's find out what he knows.
No,
I'm right here.
Yeah, so she kind of holds off on shooting you.
I need to know something.
Okay, go ahead and ask.
Did you use a breach to travel here?
Every single person with the... I don't know if Valerie would do this, but they're all looking at you like they have no idea what you're talking about.
No. Anyone?
Did we? I'm trying to think of what was special about. There's something special about the ship, correct?
Yeah, instead of going
With
into
the thing.
hyperdrive, you activated a thing that caused you to pop out and pop.
That's
into
right.
this planet.
Okay, that's what I thought. Well, sort of. We do. The ship does have a sort of a special kind of drive that's a little different than the normal hyperdrive. So, I guess you can say that we did sort of just pop in, and so we sort of did open a hole, and we just sort of flew in.
Valery nods. That thing's come in handy on several occasions. And Tun, you hear this several
Valeria.
occasions. Yeah, Valeria, sorry. Like, Valeria just admitted that she's used it more than once.
He's like,
It's very convenient.
you have to never, ever use it again. I don't know how to explain it, but
We'll try. What happens?
I think it does bad things to
Like time travel, Valeria says.
timeline.
Oh, that we know.
Yeah, we're aware. Thank you. We'll keep on doing it, though. Thanks.
It's very fascinating, and it does come in handy.
So Tun Po doesn't speak with the kind of authority like he understands it, but more like he listened in on other people talking about it.
So
So, but it's like a superstition almost is the way
Yeah, like kind of like
he's like,
those woods are haunted by the,
I
like you've never
But
seen
are
a
there-
ghost, but you know all about it.
do we need to be concerned of any physical changes or from using it? I mean, does it cause any problems to like the planet or
don't know.
or is it more just you're more thinking of what may happen in regards to the timeline?
I feel like you could use it again and I will cease to exist.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
I don't know.
Well, I think
I
well
was kind of an anxious.
here. Why don't you sit down? So she kind of sits. Well, there's nowhere to sit in here. Here, let's bring him out. We all should get out of this room anyway. So
Do you
she's
want a
going to kind of
drink?
help him out.
Tun Po
Yeah,
gets
would you
asked
like
by
something to
Valeria, would you
drink?
like something to drink?
Sure.
And she goes into
we'll
a
take
bedroom
him-
across the hall that is just full of empty beer bottles, and then goes over to a cabinet and opens it and grabs a couple drinks and brings it out. Yeah, smuggler's whiskey, but it's something.
So let's kind of go to the kind of little sitting area and
Yeah, there's
sit
the
down.
lounge. And all the
I'll tell
commandos follow.
Oh, I'll tell them if they, if I think we're fine if you want to go back to doing whatever you wanted to do, or if you wanted to go out and look around the planet.
They nod, and then they grab their guns and they follow you to the lounge.
Okay.
Protect you from the little Celestin.
You never know.
All right. So we bring him and sit him down. So go ahead and continue your story.
Well,
Thud!
so
Thud! There's a loud banging noise. Commandos are
Where?
looking around at each other, and the sarcophagus goes, Thud! 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 And starts bouncing around.
Not good. Hold on a second. And I tell Valeria, I mouth to her like, keep it here. And Valeria's going to go in the
nods.
back.
And she switches her rifle to stun. And just kind of like holds it there.
And she grabs a
Not
couple of the
pointing,
commandos.
she's just holding it at the ready. Yeah, the
She
commandos
takes two
follow
of the
you.
commandos.
All of them do.
So we're kind of creeping up on the thing and we're like, what is it doing?
And then the lid goes. And
When it
busts
pops
off.
open, she screams and jumps back.
And all of a sudden, you see O'Brien's head go and turn and look towards you guys. And then the screen wipes.
Wasn't
Grakazza.
he the one we lost? Wait.
Yep. Yeah.
God.
Grakazza,
All right.
Yes.
you are flying your B-Wing, and it is on fire, and you've got a bunch of warnings on your console letting you know that the fire is getting hotter and bigger, and the TIE fighters are closing in. I need you to make a scanner's perception check against 3 purple, and I need you to add 3 setback.
Scanner's perception.
Yes. Scanners is a perception roll against 3 purple. And then I'm giving you 3 setback.
Because you're on fire. You're on fire, Ricky Bobby.
Okay. So you failed to see it, but I think the triumph stands. That actually, if you don't mind, I can use that triumph to make the situation I was about to bring even better.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't see anything. You're like, what the heck's going on? My scanners are dead. And then out of nowhere, you see these orange laser blasts blow up one of the TIE defenders in front of you. They bank, and you see a couple more blasts hitting it. And then all of a sudden, the TIE fighter behind you blows up, and they're completely off the scanner. And this big... It looks like a worker craft that's got like small crew of 14 people with a claw on it flies over you towards the freighter, and all of a sudden you've got a communications coming in.
I toggle communications and open up the channel.
Yeah, you open up the channel and this little screen pops up, and it's a blue alien, and he looks pissed, and he's got like a small group of 10 aliens behind him working, and he's like,
I don't understand you.
so okay, for my audience at home, this is literally what's happening. Nobody understands anything. And it just...
I don't know what to say.
Coran, you see something on your scanners flying, and it's got a green friendly indicator. And it's flying towards your vessel.
Okay, is there any way that I can like bring it up on screen?
Visuals are too poor. Not until it gets closer, but by then it might be too late. Because you can bring it up on screen, but all you see is its engines as it's approaching. Everything else is a purple haze.
Okay, I'll notice that the red blips have disappeared.
Oh, yeah. And their explosions were fantastic. When they exploded, lightning arced out throughout the gas nearby.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like see that, and I'm going to look at Mick and say, looks like we got a friendly ship coming in.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna try to get
activating one of the airlocks in the back. Remotely. He turns. Only the owners of the
Remotely?
ship could do that.
That rotten tittles.
Ah, crap. I'm gonna try to get Grakazza on the ship. Maybe he can use the same airlock. And
Yeah,
I'm going to-
Grakazza's falling further behind, though. You can see that on the scanners. And at this rate, you're actually going to be faster than him.
We need to slow down so we can get Grakazza.
Mick goes, and slows the ship down. And meanwhile, in Grakazza's thing, all of a sudden, relief goes over the blue alien's face. He's like, "Aga!" And then the screen cuts, and then they go and clamp down over their airlock. Grakazza, your ship's like flying up to the freighter.
Oh, so do I have? Is there an open airlock now to the freighter?
Well, they would have to open it for you.
Can I try and somehow signal that I need to get out of this ship?
You could flick your lights.
I'll
Or
flick my
Or you
lights.
could use your communications.
I'll try the comms again.
Yeah, you open up a comm to Reed. Reed looks like he's looking towards the front.
Reed, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Can you get me in there?
Give me a second, and I'm going to try to... Oh, God. I'm going to have to roll something. try to figure out the system on how to open like an airlock for him.
You can roll
Get
with
in.
computers.
Sure.
3 purple. Oh, and a setback because you don't understand language.
Yeah. God damn it.
You can roll mechanics with the same difficulty.
Yeah, it'd just be the same. Okay, fucking goddamn Christ. It feels so good.
The dark side, it grows within me.
Help. God damn it.
Alright, so you're like, beep, 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 beep. And all that happens is all the lights come on. You figured out how to light up the entire ship, which is nice. And then all of a sudden,
beacon.
this blue hologram of a woman shows up. And she's like, Mr. Reed. Hello.
Hi.
Can I assist you?
Yeah. Who are you?
You don't remember me? And then all of a sudden it hits you. This is the AI from the space station.
Yes, you can assist me. I have a
I understand
fellow
your
colleague.
need of assistance. Is that correct? And a big yes and a big no shows up.
I'm gonna hit the yes, but as I hit it hard with my broken hand, I kind of pull my hand back.
Oh, it's a hologram, yes. So,
Yeah, so I'm just like, bzz. Ow.
yeah, you swat it. Well, how can I be of assistance?
I need to allow a ship to dock with me so that the pilot can get in onto the ship.
Excellent. I'll open one of the airlocks.
Can you send that airlock location to the B-Wing?
Of course, since you've programmed its transponders into my system, I have communications with it. Done.
Thank you.
Grakazza, you see the shielding on the top of the ship retract, and it's like as these metal plates move over, and this little tube rises up, and then white lights shine, and it's telling you to land your ship there.
Okay, I'm gonna try and limp this busted up B-wing over to the airlock then.
It's not that hard. It's big enough for your B-wing. You can just like land right on it, and then the airlock will shut over you.
Okay. Do I need to roll for that or?
No, it's super
Okay.
easy.
Okay,
So-
then I'll just go ahead.
Yeah, and then the moment that you come in, a red Kleck song goes off. And you feel heat as you realize your B-wing has a tremendous fire going on in the engine compartment. And then you hear as the entire room fills up with flame retardant white smoke. And then afterwards, nothing.
Hello?
Nothing.
Reed?
Are you dead?
Would you like to open the cockpit?
Yes, I would like it to open the cockpit.
Yeah, you open the cockpit, and it looks like there's shaving cream, about 2 feet worth of shaving cream on the bottom of the floor.
Guess it was worse than I thought.
Yeah, and as you look at the engine, the entire engine's effed. It won't turn on again. You've burned the electrical out of it.
That's one B-wing we could have used. Damn
Still
this.
repairable, though.
Okay. Oh, I thought you meant like it's gone.
No, I mean, you just won't be able to take off again. You'll just have to rebuild the
Okay.
engine from here.
Got it. Okay, well, I climb out of the cockpit and I try to make my way towards an opening of some sort.
Yeah, there's a door at the end, and it goes bing, and it opens up, and the door opens, and you see 13 mechanics dressed in little blue aliens dressed in mechanics garb, and they all have shock. It looks like cattle prods, and they look at you, and they're like, "Ah."
Hold on now. Hold on. I'm not here to hurt you.
Meanwhile, in the cockpit, Typhoon looks up at you and motions towards you, Mr. Reed.
All right, I'll move towards him and see what's up.
And for the first time, he talks to you, and his voice is really distant, but also very deep. He's like, "It appears we've been boarded. They've filled the airlock in which Grakazza now rests. We should hurry."
Let's go help him.
So he starts jogging down the hall with you towards the opening. And Mick goes, "Can I go now?"
Yes, head to the fleet.
So he starts kicking the engine on. Oh, shit.
What?
That thing is huge.
I'm gonna turn back and see what it is.
He points to the visuals, and you see the tip of a Super Star Destroyer coming in the nebulae behind you.
Can we outrun it?
Yeah, absolutely. So he kicks the speed on and goes...
Okay. I'm going to continue with Typhoon, and I'm going to get one of the sleeping gas grenades that I took off this dead Sith Inquisitor and get that ready.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Grakazza, you are now surrounded, and they're chanting, "Chat, chat, 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 chat," and they're all zapping their cattle prods.
Hold on. I think there's a misunderstanding here. In fact, I know there's a misunderstanding.
They all look at each other, not sure of what you're saying. Chat!
Oh, fuck it. I tried diplomacy. And I let out just a bestial roar.
Wait, are you trying to scare them?
Yes, I'm trying to scare
That'd
them
be
because
coercion. Not a diplomacy like, "Yeah, my good man."
No. No, I said I tried diplomacy. Ergo, or i.e. talking to them and trying to get them to stand down.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You weren't rolling a
But
skill.
Yeah.
Okay, the moment that you roar, one of them jumps forward and zaps you in the butt. You take 2 strain.
Little bastard.
Son of a bitch.
And when he gets you, he goes, "Ay, ay, 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 ay."
This cannot be how I die.
And the door on the opposite side of you opens up, and they go, "It's out!" And Typhoon steps in, and he looks over towards Grakazza, and in Shri Wook, in your head, he says, "They want you to lie down."
Okay. What? Okay.
You lie down?
What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I'm lying down.
Yeah, you lie down, and all of a sudden the blue guys raise up, and they look around, and they apprise the situation. They go up, and they make sure you're not armed with anything. And then one of them goes, "Yeah, that's it." Emotions for you to stand up.
I cautiously stand up.
And you've got the flame retardant foam all over you now, so you just look like a wampa. And they look over you and they go... They start laughing.
I slowly wipe the cream off my face because I'm just so sick of this.
Yeah, Coran, you run in behind Typhoon. And Typhoon looks down at them, and they look up at Typhoon, and they gather around him, and they're nodding their heads.
Can you talk to them?
I'm trying. And he looks back at them.
Grakazza.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Yeah, so Grakazza, you meet up with Coran.
Thanks, Coran.
Yeah, thought we lost you, big buddy.
Empire can't kill me that easily.
Well, they're gonna try. They got a Super Star Destroyer outside.
What?
We gotta get back to the cockpit.
A loud voice from behind you goes, and Typhoon looks at him and goes, and starts speaking with them again. And he walks up to interrupt your guys' conversation about the Super Star Destroyer. "It appears they forgive you, Grakazza. They didn't like that guy anyway."
Wait. You mean the guy that I
They call
Basically.
it the exosuit incident.
Well, tell them I'm grateful for their forgiveness.
They want
And
to
that guy
know why
was an
you
asshole.
stole their ship.
So we could basically survive.
They said you could have just asked. I tried explaining it to them, that you guys stole their ship.
Wait a minute. We didn't steal it. You stole it.
I think Mick will have a disagreement about that. We'll see what he says. And he walks down the hall. And they follow Typhoon admirably, and then they look at you guys like...
Give me a reason.
I just need one good blade.
And then the moment they get up to the bridge, I assume you guys are following them?
Yeah.
They start running system diagnostics. One of the guys takes over the comms panel and is like, ah! Ah! Typhoon nods, and he's like... Typhoon glances over to Coran. He's very upset that you changed his communications array. He says it will take him a whole nother hour to fix it. He's also wondering why the pilot is only operating at 75 efficiency. We could be going 100% speed, but we are only going 75. I don't think Mick knows this, and I don't like to tell Mick how to do his job. And he places a hand on your shoulder. So it's up to you now. And then he just walks away.
Giant bastard. I'm gonna walk over to Mick. Hey, think you can go a little faster?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying. I don't even know what this shit means, but we're making progress. It looks like your fleet might be getting a little away from us, though.
Well, you know, these little blue bastards know how to fly this too.
All right. He gets up and he walks away. And, Grakazza, I need you to roll a perception with 3 difficulty. All right. Coran, I need you to roll perception with only 2 difficulty.
Okay. God, we suck today.
All right. What the audience sees is one of the blue guys is standing behind Grakazza, and he looks around, and then he opens up Grakazza's pouch, and he's digging through it. And he finds this magnifying glass with a battery pack attached to it. And he's like,
Oh.
oh, Chada. And he looks into it, and he's like, huh! And he scampers off.
God damn it. We needed that.
All right. One of the blue little aliens turns by and goes, look at you, Hoja. And the blue AI opens up and says, hi, I'm an artificial intelligence. I notice that you have multiple language being spoken across this craft. Would you like me to update the translators?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. Done. You may now see what he's seen. And then when you look at the screen changes from the alien font to the galactic basics saying incoming message, and then it cycles through Sri Wook, and then it cycles through another alien language you don't recognize, and then it goes back to the original language of the ship.
What's the message?
It just says incoming transmission.
Okay, I'm gonna accept it.
Yeah, you accept it. And Thrawn is sitting there.
Motherfucker. Sorry.
Well, we'll have to continue this later, Coran. I just received word that the sarcophagus activated, and now we're headed to it. Listen, enjoy yourself out here in the gas giant. I hope you make it out safely. He smiles smugly, and then the screen turns off.
I'm gonna kill that blue bastard.
All the aliens around you are like, as
Not you.
the things that you say are being displayed on all the screens.
Not you. That guy.
They just...
Can we get to our fleet, please? Someone?
Yeah, the little blue pilot kicks it up at 100%, and the ship starts going forward. Meanwhile, the camera wipes. Valery, you're standing there with the commandos, and O'Brien's head is looking right at you. And then he goes, "Where am I?"
You're on a ship.
Why did you use this body? It's falling apart.
I'm going to go grab a scanner real quick. Hold on.
All right, you grab a scanner. What are you looking for?
I'm scanning him.
Okay. Yeah, it's...
What is it?
It shows you the human's vitals. They're active, but they're a little bit off. He's got some internal injuries.
I call Valeria.
Yeah, Valeria walks up.
We have
leaving
a friend.
Tun Po unattended.
Bring him too. Or no, don't bring him. Have one of the commandos.
She pulls him up in the chair. She puts him down. She's like,
I know. Have one of the commandos. This might be too much for him. Let's
She motions for a commando, and it's this very large, dark-skinned dude with this intense gaze. And I don't know if you've seen the guy from 24, or he's in the car insurance commercials, or he does the voice of the Arbiter in Halo. I can't remember the actor's
The unit?
name.
The guy from the unit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like that guy, but a little younger. He's just staring at you all stern-faced.
Yeah.
Do you do anything, Tun Po?
I don't think so. I think I'll
Good
wait.
idea.
Oh yeah, I tell Valeria we have a new passenger.
O'Brien's body stands up. And he kind of shrugs it off. No matter, it will heal in time. I just need to get medical assistance.
Sure, I can help you. I tell one of the other commandos, go find Jebediah.
He nods and runs off.
I think he's on the roof. Here, so I take him out. I'm still scanning him.
I can hear what you say.
I'm glad you can hear. So here, well, come with me.
He reaches over and places his hand on a spherical shaped object on the sarcophagi, and a side panel opens. And he holds his hand out, and a black lightsaber flies into his hand. It appears to be double-sided.
Ooh, you might want to put that down for now.
He clips it onto his waist.
Okay.
Why have you brought me back? Is our mission done?
No, not quite. In
What
fact,
more
we're in a very nice
resources do you
place
need?
right now. Well,
Is this it?
Well,
He looks out.
is
the
this
viewport.
what?
Marvelous. These plans turned out better than ever expected.
Is this what? What were you expecting?
Well, I didn't think you would be able to get Starkiller to look so convincing.
Starkiller? What do you mean?
He narrows his eyes and he's like, "You want for the Sith?"
Well, right now I'm here just to hopefully can make you feel better, to check you out medically. So why don't you come and just sit down?
Good. I will need to be up to combat order. And he moves forward and sits down.
So let's see. I'm waiting for Jebediah to come back.
Yeah, Jebediah is coming down and he goes, "What the hell is..." And his cigar falls onto the floor. "O'Brien?"
Do you remember him?
And he smiles. And then O'Brien looks over and goes, "No, who is that?" "Oh, come on now. It's your old buddy. And he goes over and touches his hand, and then as soon as he does, O'Brien reaches his hand out, and Jebediah goes flying across the room, and he hits a wall. And O'Brien's eyes look up, and they're orange and red. And he goes, "No one touches Snoke." And that is where we are going to end part 2 of this week's episode. Thank you all very much for joining. Very exciting stuff, and I am looking forward to moving forward. You'll have to see us for part 3. Bye!